Okay. Hello everybody, happy Sunday. This is my first Zoom call on our Sunday night team training where I am 30 years old. Hang on, where's my balloons gone? Woo! 30 years old. I feel fabulous. What is it, 30 and flirty they say?
30 and dirty, isn't it?
It's definitely not that. I turned 30 years old yesterday, and do you know what? I absolutely loved it because it made me reflect on my 20s. And when I started my 20s, my life wasn't looking like it was going down a very good avenue. And as I've ended like my 20s and going into my 30s, I cannot believe everything that has happened in the past 10 years. And some of the highlights of my 20s is beginning a business with Arbonne. Like, I cannot begin to say how much Arbonne has impacted on my life in terms of how happy I am, how healthy I feel. My skin has never ever looked as good as what it does since I've started using Arbonne. My hair, my nails, the friends that I've made, the business, the financial side, things that I've traveled to. Like, anybody that you know that is approaching a milestone birthday and starting to think about where they are in life, have they achieved the things they want to achieve, tell them about Arbonne. Because honestly, I was saying to Jen yesterday, if I hadn't have started an Arbonne business, I would have been really miserable turning 30, thinking, apart from becoming a wife and a mum, what else have I actually done? But because of Arbonne, I've got like this endless list of the fun things that we've done. And then I kicked off my 30s today by going home from a car presentation with Fiona McCarthy in the car and Jennifer Cowie, and T was in the car, who's on the call tonight. And we went the wrong way. So I got stuck going down this road that then wanted me to pay to go through a toll. And I knew it was going to do a U-turn on me. So I was like, is this going to make me pay for the toll going that way to do a U-turn and come back and pay again? And I was like, surely not. So I paid once, did the U-turn, and it made me pay again. So I ended up paying like £8 something to go and do a U-turn through a toll. So I was like, do you know what? This is just the start of my 30s, the start of the fun and the frolics and the story. So it's all good. It's all good when things like this happen. It's just a story. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to what the next 10 years has to offer. So let's get started. I'm going to start off for the next 2 minutes just doing our weekly IPA, and then I'm going to hand it over to the very gorgeous Kelly Bromley, who's just got back from a hen do this weekend. Was it good, Kelly?
It was amazing. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh,
incredible.
I look forward to hearing about it. Okay, so last week's IPA was this. Number 1, download SoundCloud. And if you haven't already, click and follow Go for Gold and listen to the Saturday calls, which are done by Donna Johnson. So last Saturday's call was by Christy Aldrich, and it was incredible, especially for anyone that's got children and that's building this business with children. Christy Aldrich's son, I think, was 7 years old when she began Arbonne, and now he's about 18, I think. And he's on the call talking about what it was like from a perspective of a child whose parent builds an Arbonne business, and it's just incredible, very emotional as well. So listen to that. Number 2, find some connections in Taiwan. Number 3, book 2 one-to-one appointments to explain the business. And then number 4, if you haven't already, download the Discover Arbonne slides from the source, delete what you don't want, and then record your own DA. It's really, really great to have your own DA recording. So this week, this is the last week of the IPA, but we will be checking in next week to see how everybody got on and asking for any feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like, and whether people would like to do another 90-day blitz of this again with tasks, more tasks, less tasks. So we'll just be getting some feedback next week. So this is the last week's tasks for the 90-day IPA. I can't believe we're coming to the end. So number 1, write your active candidate list. So this is a list of every single person that you know written down on a piece of paper. So I started going through my Facebook friends, starting with A, and you're not writing these names down because you want them to do Arbonne. You're just emptying your mind of names onto paper, because when you write somebody's name on paper, so let's say I wrote Kelly Bromley's name down, it would then open my mind up to Kelly's mum, Kelly's uncle, Kelly's this, and it starts to open up your mind to other people. So writing your active candidate list is really, really great. Your list is not there for you to tell those people about Arbonne. It's just to get those people's names down on paper to make you think about who is in your network that you would suddenly go, oh my gosh, Kelly's cousin's next door neighbour would be great at Arbonne. I must tell them about them. So that's the idea of writing the names down. So start your active candidate list, or if you've already started it, update it. Number 2, find and attend a Discover Arbonne this week, preferably in person, but if not, then online. Number 3, have a booking blitz with some people in the team or side teams, and this can be either online or in person, and book 10 appointments, so one-to-ones or events or parties or healthy happy hours, I've spelled healthy wrong there, for in September, October, November and December. So these next 3 months are going to be chaos. They're going to be the biggest months that we will ever see in our business, because this is the time of year when everybody is wanting to spend money on presents and gifts, wanting for themselves to feel great, they're wanting makeup for themselves, they're wanting great hair care for themselves, they're wanting to do the 30 days to healthy living ready for Christmas. So this is the time of year when most people spend their money. So they want to be spending it somewhere where they're going to get a good value for money. So most people are going to be wanting to spend their money in an Arbonne business and get some great products for themselves and gifts for people. So book the appointments over the next 3 months and the rest of September, so that you're the person that they're buying from, rather than them buying from a shop in town and actually being disappointed with their purchases. You want those people to be happy with what they're buying. And then number 4, listen to the T. Harv Eker Arbonne on SoundCloud with Gail Longhurst. And I will post the link to that. It's about 1 hour, and it's a fantastic SoundCloud by T. Harv Eker, who is a best-selling author and global keynote speaker. And he recorded some information about the mindset for Gail Longhurst. It is incredible, absolutely incredible call. So that's the IPA. Just stop the screen share. Okay. Right, okay, so next up, we've got a very special guest speaker, somebody in our team who we all love and adore immensely. We've got ENVP to be, Kelly Bromley, who's going to train tonight on, what's the title called, Kelly?
Getting Started.
With Kelly Bromley is going to train tonight on Getting Started.
Woo! Yay!
Take it away, promise.
All right, thank you so much. Right, firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for asking me to do this training. It is always such a privilege to be asked to do training for any time, whether it's region training, whether it's a Zoom call. It's an absolute honour and a privilege to be asked. And I think to myself, whenever Danny asks me to do any training, I think, what could I possibly bring to the table that Danny doesn't already know, or Danny hasn't already taught us all? You know, what could I possibly bring?
I love your training, Rob.
Thanks. But I think it's all about the delivery, isn't it? It's kind of all about the delivery, and sometimes something just resonates. It's all about the giggles, it's all about the love, it's all about the laughs. It really is.
It's all about the giggles and the love. It doesn't matter about the information. That can be rubbish as long as we're laughing.
Absolutely. So you're going to love my training tonight. So yeah, it's all about everyone. You put it into your own style, and I've found that is really, really important whenever you are doing any form of training. Just be you. Okay, so I could be really sensible if I tried. I don't think I could, but you know, I could kind of start to be really sensible, really professional, but that's not me. I'm a circle, and I like having fun, and I like presenting and having fun and having a laugh and a giggle. And I think sometimes that resonates with people a little bit better. And also, if you're presenting to someone and it's all very, very serious and very, very business-like, they're going to think, well, this is serious. You know, I wanted to do this as a part-time thing, a little bit of fun, and this is a bit serious. So I just kind of make it quite light-hearted and never, ever heavy going. So I hope tonight you can take a piece of my training and put it into practice. And also, when you train, it's such a growth thing as well. It's a personal development thing as well. So it helps you to help others, which is the absolute basis of what Arbonne is all about, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's all about helping others and sharing and caring. So thank you again very much for inviting me to do this tonight.
You're welcome.
So that's it. There you go. Okay, so getting started. So any of the information that I share with you tonight has been taken either from SoundClouds, or it's been taken from the Do More pages. We've got it all in pinned posts. All the information is out there. All you've got to do is just look for it, basically, or just ask someone and they will point you in the right direction. It's that simple. It really is that simple. So as a new consultant, if you are introducing a new consultant, I always recommend, and Danny does as well, add them to the Do More page, because there's so much information there. So the Do More page is brilliant. Also, as a region, we have our own very simple steps to getting started. And I've used Debbie Neal here because I love Debbie Neal. I just absolutely resonate with her. She's like a huge powerhouse. She is like this rah of fire, isn't she? When she's on the stage and she's presenting and she's talking, you're just like, oh my God, you're incredible. She has amazing shoes as well and an incredible bottom. Honestly, you could bounce balls off her bum. It's amazing. So a little quote from Debbie Neal. We all start the same way. We have the same sign-up fee, we have the same products, we all have the same compensation plan, and we all have the same company. So really it is up to you how you want to take this business. So it has very little to do with your skill set, your network that you have, but it has more to do with your reason behind doing this business, your determination, your drive, and your willingness. That is what it is down to. It doesn't matter whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, a cleaner, a babysitter. It doesn't matter. It is how you feel and your passion about this business. So it is up to you. The only one thing that is the most important thing overall is just don't give up. Never, ever give up. And this is kind of what sets you apart in Arbonne, really. This is kind of what makes you and what doesn't make you. It's what makes you successful at the end of the day. Just never give up. Absolutely never give up. So getting started is such a very, very exciting time. It really, really is. So for anyone who's new or for anyone that has got new consultants, this training is going to be perfect for you because it's all about getting started. Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. So it's all about getting started, all about helping your new consultant get started as well. And if you remember when we first all started back in the day, whether it was a while ago when we started, whether it was last week, whether you still might be feeling this, we all kind of feel very excited, but also just a little bit anxious because it's like, what do I actually do? What do I do? What do I say? How do I say this? How do I talk to this person? What do I need to do? How many parties do I need to book? So I'm going to go through that with you. But I just want you to kind of remember how you first felt when you started your Arbonne business. We always say in Arbonne that the best copycat wins. And this is just so, so true. And everything that I'm telling you tonight, I've heard and I've learned. Okay, I haven't reinvented the wheel. I have not created a new system. None of us do. It is all in place. It is that simple. It really, really is. All you have to do is just pass the information on. We do not need to reinvent the wheel. Just keep it so, so simple. And by keeping things simple, you are making it easier as well. It's easier to duplicate. And remember, you will be duplicated. That's what this is all about. You just need to make carbon copies of yourself, pass the information on. Keep it really simple. And then so your new IC can make carbon copies of themselves and pass the information on. That is all it is. The best copycat wins. So what I'm going to share with you tonight is what we actually do in our region of getting started. And then I'm going to finish with 7 top tips to boost your sponsoring, basically. So I'm going to share my screen with you. There we go.
I love a good slideshow.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed with this then.
How are you doing it?
Okay. Right.
Just let me know if you need the DJ again.
I will do. We love a bit of music. We love a bit of DJing, always. So this is my presentation on getting started. I've made the presentation, but I haven't reinvented anything. This is just all simply from our email that we send out for getting started. Okay, so getting started. So pre-start, before you start, or before your new consultant starts, send them a view of the team, add them into some form of Arbonne culture community, get them along to events, get them along to DAs, add them into a team page, whether it's the Danny's page, what is it, all friends, Arbonne, what is it, welcome, everyone welcome. Get them into that because it gets their vibe, it sends them the community, it shows them how lovely everyone is. And I think some people find it really, really difficult and really, really hard to actually believe that everyone is that lovely. They really do. They're a bit like, you're either weird or, you know. But
Julie had that with her husband. Julie's husband heard one of our team trainings, wasn't that right, Julie? And he was like, what is wrong with them? Is that what he said? You're muted.
He's muted.
He said you were like the God Squad.
Now you're one of us.
Now you're one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
All praise the RE9. We do. RE9.
Yeah.
The RE9. So get people on, let them feel that sense of community, and they will then see and they will then feel and they will love it. They will just be a part of it. And it is a massive sense of community. It is a massive family that we have. It is just incredible. It really, really is. And we all know like attracts like, and we all know being around positive people makes us feel positive as well. So it is just one of the best kind of exposures that you can start someone off, really. Give them an insight of products. So you could do a home trial of products with them. You could take your makeup kit around there and say, you know, have a play with this. If you love the makeup so much, you know, if you want to get started and makeup is what you want to do, then this is, you know, have a play. Just take all your products around there and let them have a little play. Samples and any information on the products as well. So tell them what our products don't have, tell them what our products do have. And this is going back to the DA. So you know the DA that we have, the presentation, there's 2 slides on there that tell you what isn't in Arbonne, so no nasties, and they tell you what is in Arbonne, all the good stuff basically. So I always call those our boast pages, because that is something to seriously boast about. It really, really is. Be proud of our products because they are absolutely incredible. They really, really are. Also, have a chat with them and find out what their basic understanding of how network marketing direct sales works, because not many people know actually what network marketing is. And I still ask a question every so often to people in my team, you know, prize for the first one who can actually give me the definition of network marketing. And they just think I'm going a bit nuts, but you know, it's just something out there, because what is actually network marketing? What is it? So it is just basically word of mouth recommendation. That is all it is. And it's just building a business out of that. And the direct sales as well. So talk to them and ask them what is their understanding. And there is an absolutely incredible video clip that Eric Warre presents, and it is called The Rise of the Entrepreneur. So anyone that is actually really interested in thinking about the business, this is a great exposure, because it really does explain the business model of network marketing to them. It really, really does. It's incredible. Also, our napkin videos are really, really good as well, for very simple, down, incredible, quick little kind of zip, zip, zip. If people haven't got time, you can just send out a napkin video, or just do a very simple napkin for someone, like one-to-one or in person. If they don't quite understand it, you can break it down for them. So they are incredibly easy, simple exposures that we can all use to kind of get people of a more of an understanding, basically. So step 1, the day you decide to start your own Arbonne business, you meet your sponsor in person, or of course, if they live in Australia, that's always going to be a little bit tricky. So I would probably suggest meeting them online rather than getting on a flight over there. Join and go through the website. So I think this is such a really incredibly important one. The website, when I first joined Arbonne, I was a bit like, oh my God, you know, how do I do this? And that was before the system update. So we're going back old school now. And I was a bit like, oh, how do I work this? I didn't quite know how to do it. And it was just really like, ah. But if you just explain to someone, it's like going online and doing your grocery shopping online, like with Asda or whatever. That is all it is. That is all it is. It's broken up into the sections, so you can show people, you know, if they want to join and they want new makeup, or if they want skincare, if they want the nutrition, show them the headings and show them where it all is. It's really, really simple. Our website is a very, very good website. It really is. It's absolutely incredible. And it's just all there. All the information is there. Also, go through the source with your new IC as well, because the source, oh my God, the source, it's like information at your fingertips. It's there. It's incredible. You know, if anyone has a question, it's like, ask the source, get on the source. And it is just absolutely incredible how much information is on there. It really, really is. You can even send information to people. So you can actually send like clips of products. I sent something the other day, the ABC range, to someone, and they had a look at it, and it's just amazing. It really, really is. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's just there, all there. You don't even have to do anything apart from just send it. It's amazing. Be added, or add your new IC into a WhatsApp group, if they're happy to, of course, if they've got WhatsApp. But it's always nice to have like your own team WhatsApp, so that everyone can keep together. Also, or a messenger, which is really good. The messenger is really good to have a group. Kind of, again, brings them that sense of community. And also, if you are ever unable to answer a question, whether you're like, at a doctor's appointment or at your work or something like that, and you can't answer a question, if you add them to that group, they ask a question, then someone is going to be there. Someone will be there to answer that question. So this is a brilliant, brilliant way of just helping and sharing, because sharing is caring.
And I think it's good to just start with, just add them into one WhatsApp group, just so they can find their feet and everything's not too overwhelming. And then eventually, and you're like, okay, well, you know, we've got this group for this and this group for this. And you just ask them, because I think sometimes when you start this business, there is so many people building an Arbonne business in different ways, which is fabulous. So this business is great for different people. But for a new consultant, seeing how everybody builds their business differently is too much.
Yeah, it is. It can be really quite overwhelming, can't it? So yeah, so I only recommend one, and then they can add themselves into other ones as well as they go along if they want to as well. And your sponsor will then ask you these 4 questions. So number 1, what part of the business excited you the most and made you want to join the team? So this is kind of igniting that fire. It's like giving them that reason, that kind of that, like, you know, what got you really excited? What was it that got you really excited? Was it the fact that you could time leverage, you know, that you can do this business now and then, my God, you've got time freedom? Is it the extra money? You know, is it the products because you're wanting a better skincare line, or you're wanting a more successful nutrition range? What is it? You find that excitement, ignite that excitement with them, and find out what it is that really got them kind of buzzing about the business. Then ask them how many hours a week they can carve out of their schedule to dedicate to their business so that you can help them achieve their goals. Okay, so you're saying to them, how much time can you give to your business, because I want to help you achieve whatever it is that you want from this business. So it could be 10 hours, it could be 20 hours, it could be 5 hours, whatever it is. And then as a sponsor, that gives you an idea of how they're wanting to work their business. If they're only going to be wanting 5 hours a week, then you know they're not going to be a runner. If they're wanting 20 hours a week, then you know that they're going to be Mo Farah. So you kind of, you can have an idea really of how they're going to work this. Ask them, are they willing to be 100% coachable? This is huge. This is absolutely huge, because if you are 100% coachable, you are willing to learn. You're willing to learn new things, and you're willing to be coached by someone who's already done it, and they can pass on the information. So if someone is coachable, this is brilliant. It's really, really good. It's good news for you. And also ask them how fast they want to move, walk, jog, or run, basically. So that can help you with the hours of time that people are willing to carve out of their schedules as well. Write down 8 reasons why you want your business to be successful. So this is great as well. This kind of gives people that drive and that kind of like, oh yeah, well, I really want it to be successful because we want to go abroad on holidays, and we've not been able to afford to go abroad on holidays before. So this would be really, really nice as a family to go away on holidays. You know, so they can write down reasons. So holiday might be one, time freedom might be another, extra income, whatever it is that they want. Then get them to write down 8 reasons. So book next appointments with your sponsor to begin training step 2. So get your diaries out, both of you together, and go through your diaries and get something written in when you can get together and go through step 2. Your sponsor will also send you a welcome to the team video by your preferred method of contact, whether it's through text, email, or WhatsApp. And then you get to watch this. You get them to watch this before you do your second appointment or your step 2 appointments. Step 2. So getting started appointments together in person on Zoom, if they're in Australia or something like that, or in person with your sponsor. Begin your active candidate list. So Danny just spoke about your active candidate list. I'm going to do a little bit more about that in a minute. So your active candidate list, get cracking with that. Empty your mind onto paper, spill it all out. And it doesn't matter whether you don't necessarily know them. If a name comes to your head, even if you think, oh, I don't know whether they'll be a fit for Arbonne, it doesn't matter. Get them named down on that paper, because then it opens up a whole world of possibilities of everyone they know as well. So just get it out there on paper. Book in your diary and your sponsor's diary when you both have space together for as many launches and as many one-to-ones that you can both do together for the next 30 to 60 days. So you could block out like whole of Saturday afternoons. You could block out Wednesday evening, something like that, where you just go and then you meet people. You could go to like a coffee shop or something like that. Or if you're Circle, go to a bar, you know, or something like that. And get these people, ask them to come and meet you there, or find out where you're going to go meet them, and just block out that time for you and your sponsor to get together and to chat basically with your new people, who your prospects, who you're talking to. With your sponsors help, invite people to your launches and invite people to one-to-ones as well. Ask your sponsor for details on when the trainings are and put them in your diary. So this is a huge one. This is massive because it's all about the trainings, all about trainings, because it brings that, again, that sense of community. It brings that social, it brings that fun aspect. And everyone knows that when we all get together, we are unstoppable. We really, really are. We are the most rowdiest bunch when we all get together. And it's just...
Hang on, was that a call for music?
Yep, lots of that. So get these in your diary. Even now, as a consultant, get these in your diary if you haven't got them now. So every Sunday evening, your weekly online training, get that in there, 9 o'clock. And then whatever other ones that you have with your sponsor, you may have a team one set up or you may have your own team set up. Get that in paper in your diary now. Monthly region and recognition trainings are so, so vital. They really, really are. Get your bottoms to those. They're great. They're really, really great. You get to celebrate people's success. You get to celebrate your own success. You get to hear incredible trainings. You get to find out about new products. And it is just so lovely to meet people. It really, really is. Especially when they're friends with you on Facebook. You've never met them in your life before. And they walk up to you and go, hi. And you're like, who are you? And then you're like, oh yeah, I know you. You know, it's really nice to actually meet them face to face, so you can put a face to the name or a name to the face. And then the big is the 2 annual conferences that Arbonne have are AAC and GTC. Because it's all about AAC and GTC, baby. Ask your sponsor for an indication of prices as well, so you can tell them, you know, how much it is, so they can start budgeting. So they can start budgeting for these events. So they can put like £20 away a month or something like that, so that they know they've got that money, so that they can book their hotels, their tickets, their flights, whatever it is that they need, and also travel and accommodation as well. So these are really, really important. These are absolutely essential that you go to. Did we all go to AAC on here? I think we all did, didn't we? Everyone did? Pretty much. No, Julie didn't. No, you're coming next year, Julie.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So they're just brilliant, because, again, they bring that sense of community, and it's just so lovely to share the experience with other like-minded people and your family as well, your Arbonne family. So it's really lovely. Step 3, purchase these 2 books. So you need to purchase GoPro by Eric Worre. I actually buy all of my new consultants this book, because this is like your Bible, basically. So I buy it as a welcome gift for them. And also I also buy this one as well. Don Fally is the 45-second presentation, also known as Earn Your Life. Both incredible books. If you haven't read them, you need to read them. They are really simple books to read. And even if you think you know what network marketing is, read them, because it is just, it tells you more. It's incredible. It really, really is. But it's really simple. It's really easy reading. Great books. Absolutely brilliant books. They're also available on Kindle as well from Amazon. So if you prefer not to have a paperback, if you prefer to have more of an electronic device, then they're both available on that. Listen to the free audio on YouTube called Making the Shift by Darren Hardy. I actually give a copy of this CD also to my new consultants, because it's genius. It really, really is. Darren Hardy, it's just helping you make that, it's all about mindset, and it just helps you make that shift, and it just helps you grow your business, basically. So those are real huge top tips and great steps to do. Step 4, do your launches. One-to-ones and group presentations using your sponsor as much as possible for the first 30 to 60 days. They are dedicated to helping you learn everything you need to learn to be an independent consultant, a very successful Arbonne consultant. So as a sponsor, it is your kind of commitment. This is what you do as a sponsor. It's your commitment that you will help that person, you know, do launches, one-to-ones, you're there for them. And I kind of, whenever I've got someone who's starting, I say, you know, you're not doing this on your own. I'm here. This is your business, but I am here to support you. Whatever you need, I'm here. Okay. And it's just so lovely to know that you've got that help, that support. It's just lovely. It really, really is to know that. And again, that's where the sense of community and the kind of love comes in as well. So pass it on, duplicate that down. Step 5, final step out of our system. Learn as much as you can in your training period, so the first 30 to 60 days, and then ask your sponsor for our system for success to use after your training period as an independent consultant with R1 International. So that's quite simple and straightforward. So learn as much as you can, read as much as you can, use as much as you can, talk as much as you can, do everything as much as you can, obviously within reason, and enjoy. Okay, absolutely enjoy speaking to people. Don't get bogged down with it. Don't think, oh my god, I've got to read these 2 books. You know, it doesn't matter. If you are not a reader, then just try reading a chapter a day. If you are a reader, try reading a book a week. You know, it is up to you. At the end of the day, you are your own business runner. You own your own business. It is totally up to you. There's no pressure and there is no competition. You never compare yourself, okay? Especially, you know, if you think, oh, I really don't read that much, get an audio. If you don't read that much, get an audio. And if you think, oh, you know, when am I going to get time to read? I think we've all got 10 minutes where we could just sit and either listen or we could just read a chapter of a book a day. Just squeeze that 10 minutes in, whether it's in a lunch break, whether it's waiting to pick the kids up from school, get to the car park 10 minutes early or something like that. Just carve out those 10 minutes, because I cannot tell you how much personal development is just vital. It really, really is. It's there. It really is. And it changes you. It changes your mindset and it changes you as a person for the better, obviously. But it's just incredible. It really, really is. And that's been my huge learning thing doing this. It really, really has. So have I got any more? Oh, no, that's it. Okay. So stop share. Okay. So I've just got a few tips on sponsoring. Let's have a look. So my top tips on sponsoring. So I've actually used ENVP Debbie Miller. I've used her. Again, it's a SoundCloud. I just listened to it, just some top tips from her. And all I'm doing is duplicating that. All I'm doing is I've listened to that and I'm just sharing that with you guys. You may have already heard this SoundCloud already. And if you have, you'll be like, oh, yeah, she said that. And it might resonate things with you. You think you might find things help you out a little bit more. Or you may never have heard it. And you may think, oh, wow, that's genius. Okay, so I'm just going to share with you these top tips. So tip number 1, your posture. So again, with Eric Worre, he talks about your posture in GoPro. Posture is such an important starting point. It's how you hold yourself, not just in the way that you stand, sit, or slouch. It's by the way that you present yourself. So I know when we all get started and we all start off, we don't have the confidence. We don't. And I've been there. We've all been there when we start off. You're like, oh my God, what am I doing? How am I going to talk to someone? Like this. We don't know what we're doing. We are scared about saying the wrong thing. We are absolutely terrified about saying the wrong thing. But you know this works. We have living proof right here on this call. We know that this works, okay? And you know there is belief. We all believe. Everyone believes. We've seen it every day. We've seen the proof. We've seen the success stories. If your belief is a little bit unsure, read Eye on Arbonne every single day. Have a chat with Danny, okay? It's the living proof. It is. It works. This works if you work, basically. So success stories, read an Eye on Arbonne. Get yourself to car presentations. You know, have your picture taken with a Mercedes. Get yourself to AAC. You know, if you don't believe, then borrow your upline's belief, because they know that you can do this and that you will. Faith it until you make it. You are enough, and believe in that. Go out there with an I can do this attitude. Own it and believe it. I always ask myself, if in doubt, what would Danny do? You know how she would dress, you know, I think to myself, well, what would Danny wear to a one-to-one? How would Danny, you know, she always looks so incredible, doesn't she? All the time. She really does. And I just think, oh my God, you know, how would she answer objections? How would she ask these questions, you know, cold market? What would she say? And visualize yourself being Danny, okay? If you've got any doubts and thinking, oh, I can't do this, imagine you are Danny Wells. This is all you've got to do. Go get yourself some hair extensions. See, I'm halfway there.
I've stopped wearing them now. You've started wearing them.
Yeah, I know. You see, copycat. Copy how she acts. Use her belief, because people want to follow someone who believes in what we do, and you are going to the top. And if you believe, then they certainly will do too. So my second tip for posture is remove yourself from the outcome and stop being emotional and become emotionally detached. Our job is simply to ask and share information and answer questions. That is all we do. We ask, we share, and we just answer any questions. That is it. We are not making them, we are not making them, we're not convincing them. We are putting the information out there, and they will deal with it and they will decide, okay? In the same way, we're sharing the products. We don't force anyone to buy the products. We don't hold them down and pin them down and say, you will buy this RE9. It will make you look young. You know, we don't do that. That's not us. That's not our bond. You know, that's not what we do. It's showing people, and then they get to decide for themselves. We share the products, we share the business, we share the information and tell them the benefits, and then let them decide. If we can go out there with that mindset, then that is posture. That's a great posture. And if they don't want what you have to offer, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, you know, we don't go dragging anyone over the finish line here, okay? So don't worry, totally remove yourself from the outcome. If it's a yes, then that's amazing. If it's a no, move on, get over it, move on. Number 2, trust. Trust that if you ask and present the information and you do that piece of your job, then this is going to work. It seriously is. It is that simple. You have to trust the system. You're going to get no's. You will get no's. And you will get yeses as well. You'll also get maybes and people who disappear off the face of this earth and seem to never respond to messengers, even though you see them read the messenger. People just do that. People are people. This is what people will always do. This is what people have always done. Okay, so when they realize what you have got to offer, then they don't leave you alone. Okay, and then they're constantly on at you for more information. But you will get yeses. I promise you, you will get yeses. The best example I can give of this is a pack of cards. So 52 cards in a deck, okay? 52 cards in a deck. There are 4 aces in that pack. There's only 4 aces. I can shuffle the cards. I can be like, and shuffle them. You know how they do in Vegas. If you don't know what they do in Vegas, then you need to come to GTC. And it's possible for me to flip through all of these cards and for me to go through 40 cards before I get to an ace. And it's exactly the same with us, guys. It's exactly the same. You know, you may speak to 40 people before you find your next ENVP, before you flip through these cards, before you go through these people. It's a numbers game, and that is all it is. And I know in my business and other people's businesses as well that you have flipped like 150 cards before you have found that ace. But you will find them. You've just got to keep flipping those cards. You've just got to simply keep asking. It's a numbers game. Trust the system. It works. I absolutely promise you it really, really does. Number 3, ask. You can't get a yes and you can't get a no unless you simply ask. So out the whole time I have been running my business, I've only had a couple of people who have come to me and ask. And these people who they're people that I've planted the seed with them, or I've shared the products, or they've seen a post on Facebook. They're people who are watching me. There's just no one out of the blue that has walked up to me in the supermarket and gone, hey, you know, and asked me, because no one knows, do they? They just don't know.
That might happen now. Now you're getting more in the public eye. You
yeah, exactly. Oh, you. So you have to get really good at this. You have to get asking. We have so much help and support out there from my incredible uplines and sidelines, but they cannot pick up the phone for you, and they cannot talk to the people that you know and share the opportunity. Only you know where you are with your list. So we all get caught up with, what do I say? What do I put in a message? How do I talk to someone? What do I write? What do I say the right thing? And sometimes when we think it's really hard, we overcomplicate things, and it's like really, what do I say? I don't want to say the wrong thing, and you know. So just keep it simple. This is what I found that works for me. Firstly, you compliment someone and ask them if they are open. So for example, Danny, I've been watching you build your business, your incredible business. Can you tell me, I can tell that you are driven and you are focused, and how you are so passionate about sharing what you do. I can see that you are a born leader and you have an absolute servant heart. And I can see so many similarities with the women who are in my business already. Would you be open to having a coffee with me and finding out a little bit more about what I do and what I can share with you? You know, it's just something really simple like that. So you compliment them. Yes, yes, I will.
I know a marketing though, is it?
Yeah, sorry.
That was a great invite.
Was it? Oh, thanks. It's just compliment someone and tell them why they would be good at what you do, what they can bring to the table. Tell them why. Or, you know, you could say that I think you're incredibly driven and focused. I've noticed that you're always the first to jump in and help people. Always there. You're so helpful. You really, really are. And anyone that needs advice or help, you're always there to help people. And that is that's servant leadership. And I'm not sure if this would be a fit for you, but would you be open to having a coffee with me and finding out a little bit more what I have to offer you or what I do, basically? So that is just really simple. Just ask them. And then you're just asking the question. Again, they decide, not you. If it's a no, I mean, who is ever going to say to you, no, I don't want to know what you do. No, I don't want to know. You know, they're not. So you give them a genuine compliment. Don't be fake. You know, give them a genuine compliment. This opens up so many doors, because if you compliment someone, they're never going to say, oh my gosh, she called me and she told me I am really beautiful. You know, she told me I'm really kind. Ugh, cow. You know, they're not going to do that. No one's going to do that. And would you be open? I love this because most people want to hear what you have to offer, or at least they are open to taking a look at what you have to offer. So offer the business first. Number 4, this is a great top tip. The business is Arbonne's biggest gift. This is a huge gift. And it is the biggest gift that you have at your fingertips. They don't have to be open. They don't have to open this biggest gift. They can be a hostess. They can be a client. If they don't want to do the business, that's fine. But what you have to offer is the business. So offer that business first so that they have the option. And then you're planting the seed. So if it's a no to the business, introduce them to the product second, because then you're planting the seed. And you never know what's going to happen in their lives later on. You never know if their situations might change. But it's very easy to move from the business to, would you like to try a product or even host an event for me? If the business is a no for you, then would you host an event for me? Because you get loads of freebies, you know, you get to learn about the products, you know, other opportunities, and you can share the advantages with your friends and family as well. So always plant the seed and offer the business first. Number 5, host. So the next step, I would say, is to host, to ask them to host, or even ask your prospect if they would like to host. And ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 where they are. And if they are around a 2 or a 5, I would ask them to host an event for you. So if they are intrigued about being a hostess, it's a great way of getting to know the products and learn more about what we do. It's a great next step. They will learn so much more. So many business builders come from events, following and hearing about the business and having hands-on experience with the products. And what they get to witness actually what we do. And they get to, all we're doing is just simply educating, and that is it. And we're sharing and just teaching others how to do the same. And they see how easy it is. If you read from a script when you do a party or a product workshop, then they get the feeling that they can do this. If you stand there with no script, then people are going to be like, oh my God, how do I know all that information? I'll never be able to learn all that. So just keep it really, really simple. Read from a script. There's so many people out there that just don't know what we do. And we can even show them how to get a discount. How amazing is that? We just show them how to get a discount. It's incredible. On the products that they absolutely love. It's a win-win situation. It really, really is for both of us. So even if you decide not to do the business, get into their contacts at the host's party or their event, build your network, become friends with people, chat to people, find out about them, because you'll earn volume or QV and commissions as well. And you'll also gain new contacts. And if they decide they want to become an IC, then this can be their first group presentation. People can go into DM Qual on their first ever launches or their first ever events. It's amazing. It really, really is. So you may get signups. Either way, it's win-win for everyone. So always make sure hosting is your next step, because hosting is just incredible. And of course, unless they never want to hear about Arbonne ever again. Hopefully not. Number 6, focus on people, not sales. We are all about people. Following on from hosting at group presentations, focus on the people, not the sales. We have an amazing script to follow, and it's in Google Drive, I think, that we've got, that you can just download, the little script cards, the flashcards that you can just go along with, and you just print them off and you just read them. And then people can see that anyone watching you, they don't have to memorize the information. They don't have to be doing Arbonne for 2 years to learn about all the products. You don't want people thinking there's no way I could do this business. I can't memorize all that. So follow your script. When you are presenting, build up your relationships and talk to people, get to know them, ask questions, build relationships. Like if you're doing a hand script before you do your presentation, chat to them, ask them what they do, what have they done today, you know, do they enjoy their job, do they have children, what have they done today, anything like that, and they'll tell you and they open up to you. So get to know them, ask questions, build relationships, focus on who they are. And if you're doing a party for someone, ask your host who's coming and find out about the guests as well that they've invited. Try to know these ladies before they walk in the room. So if she says, oh, Heather's coming, she's really, really into her yoga, she's really into natural products, and someone walks through with yoga pants on, you're probably going to think that that's Heather. So, you know, get to know them, find out about them, find a bit more about them. And then you can focus and build a rapport with them and call them by their name. People love that. Call them by their name. Engage with them in your presentation as well. Eye contact is absolutely vital. And you could say, if you're presenting, like, this is the primer, and you could say, oh, actually, Helen, I heard you say earlier that you're looking for a primer. This is amazing. Just feel this, how it makes your skin feel. It's incredible, right? And no one is going to say the primer isn't. So they're going to go, oh, wow, Julie, you've got to feel this. It's amazing. You know, so you know, get them to try it. Get them talking amongst themselves as well. At the end of the night, pull them all to one side and say, this is what I love about you. You are such a kind person. You're really lovely. I found that I, really hit it off with you tonight. I would love to share a little bit more about what I do, a little bit more with you about what I do, because I think you would be amazing. And would you be open to having a coffee with me next week? And this is vital, because then you're sharing the opportunity as well. You're meeting new people. Not only have you shared the products, you're telling them about the business as well. It doesn't matter if you don't know everything about the product. It doesn't matter if you read from a script. What matters is building relationships. We are in the people building business, so focus on the people and not the sales. So number 7 is the dating list. So ENVP Debbie Miller, the dating list is basically your active candidate list, okay? So this is like their equivalent. So your active candidate list. These are people who you have shared the opportunity with, so past hostesses, one-to-ones, people that you've told them about the business 6 months ago, people who have said no or not right now, people who have said, I need to get something sorted, I need to move house, change jobs, have a baby before I commit, call me in a couple of months. Kind of like our candidate list from Skill to GoPro. Revisit your list. Tell them how incredible you think they would be at the business, because you never know when the right time for them may be. Tell them you're looking for your next district manager. Tell them when they join, fill up your diary and with their launches and parties, and build up momentum to build up your team as well. Constantly add to your list. Everyone you speak to, anyone you want to drip on, add absolutely everyone and anyone. And the only way that list will grow is if you ask, because if you don't ask, you don't get. So keep asking. So this all fits in absolutely beautifully with our 90 days of activity, with all our IPA and everything. It's just building momentum. It is that simple. You've just got to ask. That is it. You've just got to ask. So, you could challenge yourself to something like ask 30 people in 30 days. Build momentum. Accept the challenge. Just go for it. Not everybody is going to say yes, we know that, but all you're doing is you're sharing something with someone, and it is up to them whether they choose to either accept that gift or open that gift. The point is, you have asked, you will ask, will you take a look at my business? So go on, get out there, keep things simple, and just get your ask into gear.
Yay! Kelly, that was absolutely fantastic as usual, and bang on time, ready for us to jump onto the 9 o'clock call. Thank you so much for that, Kelly. Thank you. That was truly brilliant.
No worries. Thank you for asking me.
See you on the 9 o'clock call, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.